demonstrations had been going on right outside the Federal Detention Center. Most of those demonstrators were very peaceful. They were chanting, they were shouting. People were driving by, honking their horns. And again, they were expressing their anger about the detention of so many immigrants at the Federal Center. Most of the evening, the federal agents stayed inside the building, but at a certain point, some of the demonstrators got very close to the property. In fact, some of them went onto the property, started tagging the building, started banging on fences, and shortly after all that happened, the agents started firing off tear gas.
Once again, mostly peaceful protests in LA. All because, how dare the government deport illegal immigrants? I mean, that is so wrong and so evil. How could they? And then as she speaks about, well, it was peaceful, and then they got close to the building and they started tagging it, and so they had to come out. No, come here. I want to show you what actually happened, all right? What crap the news doesn't want to tell you. Yes. They just went up and they were just getting too close and just tagging the building. They weren't doing anything else. I mean, that's not violent nature of any kind. But let's take a look at some of the other peaceful protesting that we've had throughout these last 3 days.
It could be, and there's some sort of smoke grenade that's been placed inside of that vehicle. Something is smoking. That's dark smoke inside that vehicle. So we very well may be seeing the start of a vehicle fire, and it looks like we are. This thing is lighting up.
Yes, this all looks so peaceful to me.
Presumably, fire crews are going to have to presumably move in and take control of this situation as it gets even more dangerous. Again, this is the intersection of Alondra Boulevard and Atlantic Avenue in Compton, California. Dale's Donuts is that big donut on your screen. And this vehicle fire, this fire is taking off. Again, we're seeing this in real time.
Yes, all just so peaceful. I mean, look at this. I mean, these are those electric autonomous vehicles. They called them out here and set them on fire. But, I'm sure it's just all in good protest. But don't worry, folks. There's nothing to see here. Just some innocent protesting going on. Yeah, that's obviously just water, clearly.
What the fuck?
So, I mean, this is all clearly just, harmless protesting. Not like anybody's being hurt. There's any property damage, I mean, it's all good, Nothing, no harm, no foul. But you know what? I'm kind of curious. You think representatives of LA, council people, whatnot, mayors, you'd think they would try and help calm things down, right? Of course they would. Let's just hear what they have to say.
We are going to fight for all Angelenos, regardless of when they got here, whether they have papers or not. We are a city of immigrants, and this impacts hundreds of thousands of Angelenos.
Yeah, they're going to protect all Angelenos. Whether they got, no matter what their immigration status is, when they got there, doesn't matter. It's completely not relevant, even though that's what ICE was there to try to do, was to get rid of them because of the fact they're not supposed to be here. But do you think it could get worse? No, not at all.
They know how quickly we mobilize. That's why they're changing tactics. because community defense works and our resistance has slowed them down before. And if they're escalating their tactics, then so are we. When they show up, we gotta show up even stronger.
That's right. That's an LA councilwoman. She's definitely helped calm things down, don't you think? I mean, she's not trying to organize the people to come after the police or anything whatsoever. I mean, how dare law enforcement do their job? How dare ICE do their job? How dare we try to remove illegal aliens? I mean, that's just so unconstitutional or undemocratic, isn't it? But wait, there's more. I mean, this is all clearly peaceful protesting. It's not like they're trying to block any roads or anything here. I mean, why would they want to do that? I mean, this could not have been them at all in any shape or form. But the interesting part is, where would they get some of this stuff? I found this very interesting. Well, would you look at that? Palletized cinder blocks. Just out in the open. Well, obviously, they're not really out in the open. And I'm sure they're not near anything, that's near this scene of any kind. Oh, wait, look. The police. And it's all right there and nice and convenient for the peaceful protesters to use against the evil, horrible police. How dare they try and squash their legal protest? Some more harmless protesters. I mean, very peaceful here. Very peaceful. I mean, I couldn't imagine a more peaceful situation than this, could you?
And now at 8, breaking news. President Trump ordering the National Guard to deploy to Southern California in response to unrest and violence against federal immigration enforcement.
Tonight, the White House says it's deploying 2,000 National Guard troops to L.A., saying, quote, the Trump administration has a zero-tolerance policy for criminal behavior and violence, especially when that violence is aimed at law enforcement officers trying to do their jobs.
So now Trump's had enough of this BS crap that's going on, and he brings in the National Guard, which, California is all upset about because they don't need it, even though the police even said that they are overwhelmed by what is going on. And Newsom's upset because how dare he do that? He can't do that without asking Newsom first, because Newsom has to ask Trump for this. Well, there is a precedent for this, and yes, Trump can do this, because you're letting this damn city burn to the freaking ground, letting these freaking people just destroy everything, because, nothing says, like, liberty and freedom like destroying the entire city that you live in and all the property around it. That wouldn't harm anyway in any shape or form. I mean, this has always worked out perfectly great in the past, hasn't it?
And Governor Newsom responding, saying, quote, the federal government is taking over the California National Guard and deploying 2,000 soldiers in Los Angeles, not because there is a shortage of law enforcement, but because they want a spectacle.
Yes. We want a spectacle. That's it. I mean, it's not like, Newsom standing there getting this whole thing under control. I mean, he's done such an excellent job by, harboring all these illegal aliens and protecting them and letting these ravenous animals, I want to call them animals, because it's the only people that act like that are animals. You want to destroy stuff, you want to do this kind of nonsense, sit there and wave your Mexican flags. Ooh, if you love Mexico so much, go back. Matter of fact, we can help you. Yes, we can. ICE can help you with this whole situation. And then you can go ahead and go, Viva la Mexico! Back in Mexico. Not here. Maxine Waters, the epitome of the Democratic Party, the epitome of freedom. And I'm sure she's here to help the situation.
No, I want you to. Hello, hello, hello. Congresswoman Waters, I just came to use my congressional authority to check on David.
To use her congressional authority. I mean, that kind of sounds like privilege to me. Very much so sounds like privilege. But let's see what happens with her privilege, shall we?
All visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public appearance.
I need to get in.
Oh, snap. Denied.
What are you hoping to do, Congresswoman?
I just want to see David Werta. Right.
Would a congressperson normally be able to enter the...
Normally, yes.
What is happening here?
Well, there were some of the authorities, I don't know who they were, and I'm trying to get in to see David Werta, who they have arrested. He is the head of SEIU local union here. I don't know why he was targeted. I don't know what they're doing with him.
She has no idea why they detained him. Are they going to deport him? Oh, no. What are we going to do? Ah! Wait. Maybe I might know.
Huerta is the leader of one of the nation's largest labor union, remains in federal.
So he was arrested because he was interfering with an ICE operation, which is what will happen to you. That's what happened, Maxine. No, they're probably not going to deport him, but they will charge him. These people are here illegally. They need to be removed. We voted for this. This is what we wanted. We do not want them here. They want to apply legally and go through the process. Welcome aboard. You're more than welcome to come here. But you don't do it illegally. And then throw a protest and burn shit to the goddamn ground because you don't like the fact that you're getting thrown the hell out because you're a piece of shit. Not my problem. Not our problem. Don't care. I have no sympathy. None whatsoever.
Also weighing in on the riots and blame them on, get this, President Trump, accusing him of tearing families apart. And this chaos has now spread to New York City today alone as protesters organized in Lower Manhattan. Joining us to break down everything in terms of these protests is border czar Tom Homan. Tom, how is ICE responding to these protests? And thanks for joining us tonight.
Look, we're going to continue doing our job. And yesterday we got 118 arrests. You know, I was out here yesterday to kick off this operation. And what people aren't talking about is ICE served, several warrants yesterday. These were criminal warrants. This is a criminal investigation. And today we're continuing operations. They're not going to shut us down. We're out there right now doing operations. We're going to keep doing operations. We brought in more resources to push back the protesters, but I'll say it again, a serious warning. You can protest all you want. You got your First Amendment rights. But if you cross that line of impediment, or you're putting hands on officers or destroy property, you will be prosecuted. There's zero tolerance on crossing that lines, and that's what we're standing by. We're bringing more resources as we speak. We'll have more resources tonight. We're going to continue doing the job that American people voted Donald Trump in office to do, and we're not going to apologize for doing it.
Well said, Tom, and I appreciate you and the job that you're doing for us, the citizens, that we wanted. See, you have your perfectly First Amendment right to protest. You can protest. But you cannot interfere. Once you do, you're breaking the law. Once you set stuff on fire, you're breaking the law. When you start blocking traffic, creating a hazard, you're violating the law. Damaging property, violating the law. Inciting riots, violating the law. None of that is protesting. That's all we've been seeing here. But I understand that some people just can't understand this concept. And it's mainly because of what they've done, what they've trained you all to think. So let's see what, how the media portrays what an insurrection is and what a peaceful protest is, shall we? So this is what the media would like you to think. As you can see on the bottom, this is a peaceful protest. And they like to compare it to January 6th, which they say was an insurrection. But as you can see, what happened during the insurrection versus the peaceful protests. Mainstream media and you super progressive leftists have gone way too far. Way too far. We're done. We've had enough. You're not going to win this. I know you may want to hear this, but the righteous will prevail in this situation because we got together and we voted for this. Not just the Electoral College, but the popular vote, because we are sick of this BS nonsense. We can't take it anymore. We're done. We're done of you people trying to turn our country into a third world country. We're not having it. Not anymore. It's done. It's over.
We know that there are other groups that routinely wear masks. NSC 131 routinely wears masks.
Sending masked men to snatch kids.
I mean, we got people like, Hakeem Jeffries saying he's going to dox ICE employees. ICE agents out there with masks on. They're wearing masks to protect themselves and their families because they've been doxxed, their families been doxxed, their life's been threatened, their families have been threatened. I know myself, I had over 1,000 protesters at my house. I expect that as the borders are, but these men and women are putting their lives on line every day. They arrested a lot of bad people yesterday and today. They arrested child sex offenders. They arrested people convicted of robbery. They arrested public safety, not only significant public safety threats, but national security threats. They arrested gang members. We're making Los Angeles safer. And Mayor Bass ought to be thanking us for making her city safer. And the term migrant, as Joe Concha rightfully said earlier, they're illegal aliens. There are illegal aliens in this country, and we welcome. We're the most giving country in the world. But these are illegal aliens who committed a crime by crossing this border illegally, then yet committed another crime. Again, yesterday's about a criminal investigation into money laundering, tax evasion, and some of the funds going to cartels in Mexico and Colombia that fund their operations of sending narcotics to this country, killing American people. This is about enforcing the law. And again, we're not going to apologize for doing it. We're stepping up.
So we got public officials that want to have the ICE employees doxxed and not let them wear masks so that way people can go to their homes and persecute them and their families and their children because that's right. Obscene. Absolutely obscene. Any political official that chooses that path should be removed from office. How dare you do that? How dare you? Shame on you. Shame. And then they talk like you said, migrants. They're not migrants. They're illegal immigrants, illegal aliens. It's a criminal investigation. They broke the law coming here. They continue to break the law while they were here. And we're getting rid of them. That is a good thing. This isn't breaking up families. If these people have children and wives and all that crap here, they can all go with them because they shouldn't have been here. And they're all, I'm sorry, it's a horrible thing, but guess what? Shouldn't be breaking the law. You broke the law. That's all there is to it. That's it. This is what we wanted. We do not want your nonsense. And you allow this crap to happen. You allow it to go on. You allow them to burn your cities down and go, hey, man, it's just a kumbaya. Kind of like Chaz all over again. Remember that? The Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone where they took over an entire fucking city for a goddamn month? And what did they do? Oh, they based everything on segregation and power and freaking using guns and all the crap that you say is evil. Just, this is nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. And I want to say thank you, Tom. Thank you, ICE agents. Thank you, LAPD, for all the hell that you're going through. One other thing I want to show you that, because the police are so evil and, they're doing all the evil crap here, the crap that they're not showing you on the news, what these rioters are doing to the police.
Get down! Get down!
Oh, he got fucked. Oh. Fuck yeah. Oh my God, he got fucked. Oh, he's fucked. Gotcha, bitch!
Me personally, this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong what they're doing. Absolutely wrong. I'm sorry. This is not a protest. This is a riot. These are criminals, and they need to be treated accordingly. And I'm sorry, they've been all nice. The police have been beyond polite, using all kinds of non-lethal, trying to do everything, and these people freaking still want to act like this. I say freaking bring in the freaking Marines and let's have at it. All right, these people want to act like a-holes. You know what? Let's show them. Let's show them. Let's give them the beat down of their freaking lives because they freaking deserve it. That's how I feel, because I know I'd be fed up. And something like this can only happen really in LA or someplace like New York. This would never, ever happen in any other part, especially like the area I live in. Never going to happen. Because I guarantee you, us citizens will not tolerate it. We'll put an end to that crap right there. We don't need the police's help. The police are going to show up, and it's just going to be like, what happened here? Be like, I don't know. We just found them like that. Try and pull this crap where in any other place, it's not going to go well. The protesters will have a very, very, very bad day. And I mean very bad day. So you tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think the protesters or rioters have the right to do what they're doing? Do you think the police are doing a good job? Do you think it's okay that we're trying to get rid of the illegal aliens, that ICE is doing that? Because that's what was voted on. That's what put Trump into office. Tell me what you think. Hell, if you want to hate on me, feel free. God gave me broad shoulders. I can handle it. Got tough skin. I ain't afraid. Not one bit.